Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about they are not telling her. Jersey Mike's manager catches Doordash driver going into bathroom with customer's order. Then she calls Doordash. So being a Doordash driver means you kind of don't know when the next time you're going to be able to use the bathroom is without stopping at a gas station or during a pickup, etc. But there are still health codes that we should abide by. Number one, we don't mess with the order. That's why the orders are sealed. And number two, you don't take it into places while you have the order. And in this case, a Jersey Mike's manager caught a Doordash driver bringing the order in a bathroom, which I just have no words for already. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash UberEats and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. This Jersey Mike's manager doesn't play about hygiene. She will call out anyone who puts her customers' food in jeopardy. Any person who works with food knows that cleanliness is essential, from washing your hands after using the restroom to donning a cap to protect hair from rogue strands. But it seems this Doordash driver didn't get the memo, or he just doesn't care. Okay, well, first off, Jersey Mike's has a problem with gig workers as a whole. Let's get that straight. That's number one. Number two, you're right, cleanliness is essential. That is a universal rule, but there's also points to where the restaurant should be handling that too. Like, I can't tell you how underqualified some of these food service workers actually are, from the length of their hair to not putting on a hairnet to not wearing a cap to protect the food. I remember working in a few different restaurants where the cleanliness just wasn't there. I remember doing a pickup for Grubhub, and the moment I walked in, I just felt gross. Like, I did not want to be there. And I know that there were bugs and things everywhere. Like, I did not feel comfortable touching a surface. It was that bad. It's not an excuse for any Doordash driver to pull anything, but let's just make it clear that this is a universal rule, not just a Doordash rule, to catch a Doordash driver. In a trending video with more than 78,000 views, Leah at that Gial, who manages a Jersey Mike's, notices something downright nasty at her location. She wasn't gonna let it slide. The things you do for content, huh? I'm gonna leave our TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject.
Hi, this is a general manager calling from Jersey Mike's, and I just wanted to notify you that one of your dashers just took a whole order in the bathroom with him, and that's very unsanitary. I told him, and he proceeded to leave the store.
Very unsanitary is an understatement, to say the least, and I know that is 100% wrong. Funny, because I remember there was a time where I picked up an order from BurgerFi and I had to wait a few minutes, and while I was waiting, I decided to go to the bathroom. So I'm at the urinal doing my business, and the guy comes in and tries to hand me the order while I was standing at the urinal. And I'm here like, can you see I'm busy? Like, I know they seal the bags, but at least let me have my hands elsewhere, you know? Anyway, long story short, I washed my hands and picked it up at the counter when I was actually ready to go. In regards to this DoorDasher, just say, hey, I'll pick it up in a second. I just really need to use the bathroom first. Use the bathroom, come back out, say thank you, have a great day, and leave. There's no reason to pick up an order and bring it with you to the bathroom. I would have questions for a lot of different reasons. Even if it was just a quick in and out, you could do your business and then come get it. It's okay. We all understand. We're humans.
Okay, so if you're not able to process it, are you gonna allow the customer to know what transpired? Because I don't have access to call the customer and let her know. We'll definitely remake it. We'll remake it for the customer. That's not the issue. I just wanted to make sure that the customer will be aware of what's going on.
You know, I gotta tell you, I do like how she's looking after the customer's meal from a hygiene level. Like, there's only so much you could do, obviously, but at least she's doing what she can, so I gotta give her props there. Although expecting DoorDash to do anything but be borderline useless is unreasonable.
Long story short, y'all, I was about to leave work, but I seen a man grab the order and then go in the bathroom because I'm doing a schedule in the lobby. So I tell him something. He proceeds to just ignore what I'm saying and walk out the door. So I call DoorDash. They basically telling me that it's nothing that they could do until the person gets the food. I'm telling them, like, okay, well, you need to explain to the customer what transpired. Oh, I tried to call them. It's nothing I could do. Yeah, make sure that y'all get up and come get y'all food, because it's nasty work out here, for real.
A part of me hears that phrase after Jersey Mike's literally made multiple videos bashing on DoorDash, and now it's at the point to where stories are made up. Like, there are literal stories that are made up just to scare the viewers from ordering on DoorDash. And there are DoorDash horror stories that are legitimate. It's funny that Jersey Mike's is the accuser so many times to where it's almost questionable whether it's legitimate or not, especially since they're not for being a part of the gig economy already. Although if it is legitimate, yeah, that one DoorDash driver should not have been picking up your order. Not DoorDash drivers, that DoorDash driver. Leah addresses the haters. In a follow-up video, Leah addresses the backlash that she was getting for bringing the issue to DoorDash's attention. The TikToker says she was surprised she even had negative comments under her video, given that she felt like she did the right thing in this situation. You see, this is what happens when the same company and the same people make the same bashing towards the same company because they clearly don't like them. Like, it becomes to the point to where you start to question, is this legitimate or what? Like, is this actually what takes place, or are you just making stuff up for clout and trying to drag people off of DoorDash and onto Jersey Mike's? Like, what's going on there? Because one thing if you're promoting your own brand, right? You're promoting going through Jersey Mike's instead of DoorDash. But now you're just bashing DoorDash in an effort to promote your brand, which doesn't exactly lead to the result you want. Some people thought she was making the situation up for clout, but Leah was adamant that was not the case. It's simply unsanitary and nasty. Food does not belong in the restroom. I think we all know that, Leah says. Yeah, you see, that's exactly my point. Like, people think you're making it up now. Yes, it is unsanitary. Yes, it is nasty. Food does not belong in the bathroom. I literally had a situation where BurgerFi workers brought my customers' food into the bathroom, and I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of something. I'll get it when I'm done peeing at the urinal. That's not a DoorDash problem. That is a universal problem. But you're making it about DoorDash drivers. Some said she was doing too much at her fast food job. But Leah said that while she might not work in corporate, she still takes her job seriously. I stand 10 toes on my decision, Leah adds. Doing too much. Oh my God. I feel like anybody who is intimidated by someone being committed to doing their job properly is always going to make statements like that. Like, sure, you're only there to get a paycheck. Fine. It shows, whatever. That doesn't mean you should bash other people for doing their best. The only thing I would counter to her point is that she shouldn't be in the position she's in because she is more valuable elsewhere and doing her own thing. That is my personal opinion. I don't know her like that. In a W-2 job, one of the things I see the most is that you're going to run circles around other people for the same paycheck they're getting, sometimes even less. Would you be okay if your DoorDasher took your food into the bathroom? Let me answer this first. No. I would not. In fact, again, I was the Grubhub driver, and the person working at BurgerFi literally brought it to me. I was not gonna take it like that. I was gonna wash my hands and then go. But that's a whole thing in itself. Like, why not use the restroom first? I don't trust men, a top comment read. Okay, now you're just making it about men. And you see, this is another big sweeping statement that needs to be addressed. Stop making it about a gender. Stop making it about an occupation. That one person did a stupid thing, and no one should have had that situation. Period. End of story. Phone numbers should be on the order tickets for the restaurant workers to see, just in case they need to call the customer, a person pointed out. Here's the thing about that though. DoorDash doesn't provide that information because they don't want you to have access to their customer base. That's just how it is. If the price wasn't a reason to stop using DoorDash or any other food service like this should be another road. You see, that's exactly my point. You're literally trying to divide people from DoorDash. And yes, it's a luxury service and you should only be using it if you can afford it. That's not what this is. This is literally just somebody did a stupid thing. That's not a DoorDash thing, that's a stupid person thing. But are we gonna see it that way? Of course not. That doesn't get as many views. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I'm going to start with this. Jersey Mike's as a whole, as a company, has never wanted to be a part of the gig economy. And it wouldn't surprise me if this was a clout move and was something that really shouldn't have been brought up from a corporate slander standpoint. But let's assume that it's real for a few minutes. Number one, she shouldn't be bashed for doing her best at her job. The only thing she should be little pushed towards now is doing her own thing as opposed to being a Jersey Mike's manager. Like, that's really the only thing I would say as a criticism here. If you're gonna be that quality of a worker, you need to be able to do that. Like, you need to step out and do something for yourself. Because, quite honestly, there's not enough people like that. I really wish there wasn't as many broad sweeping comments, but there is a reality to where you just don't bring people's orders, people's food, to places that they shouldn't be. You shouldn't mess with the customer's order, whether it's inadvertently or intentionally. And either way, if you're a gig worker, you really should know that. That's really how it is. And going back to that point about Leah stepping out and doing something for herself, that's something every person who has a level of ambition, and if you're a gig worker, you do have that ambition, should be doing for themselves. Making sure they're doing their best, having a diverse gig portfolio, having an exit strategy, because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and same with a W-2 job that really doesn't treat you the way they should. And one of the best ways you can accomplish that said thing is through the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I partnered with high-level professionals, bringing you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company, as well as other scalable opportunities. Driven Wyld has also kicked off its Dispatching for Beginners course to where you can build your own delivery service provider, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and more scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.